Hello, everybody. It's your old buddy Jim up here in beautiful, sunny, pretty warm Upper East Tennessee. Hope y'all are having a great weekend. It's hard to believe that it's already February the 2nd. January flew by. We had a cold January here and snowy for us here lately. But anyway, a few things I want to discuss and talk to you guys about, and ladies. A lot of ladies watch the channel. Uh, so let's get into it. I'll show everybody the star of the show, Nutty Old Rosie. But lots of stuff going on. I was going to make a video yesterday, talk about some things, but I really didn't feel good yesterday. I had a headache from, I don't know, I guess lack of sleep. Hard to, so let's get into it, shall we? And I'm not wanting to get called a racist or anything. You may or may not like Obama when he was president. I didn't. Not because of anything about the man personally. I just didn't like his policies and stuff. I thought he divided the country. But you have to admit that he was slick. He was an excellent politician and he was a good talker. But now we have a guy that's the House Minority Leader that I don't like his policies. And he's not a very good talker. And I call him Dollar Store Obama. I'm talking about the distinguished gentleman from, I forget what state he's from, Hakeem Jeffries. Had a little press conference there the other day, and he's talking about that he wanted to fight Trump's agenda in the legislature, in the courts, and we're going to fight it in the streets. I don't know about you, but that seems like that's kind of a threat to people that he doesn't agree with. Hi, Rose. And kind of disturbing. If a Republican would have said that, it would have been all over the so-called mainstream news. But since he's got the big D beside his name, he can get by with it. So pretty disgusting, if you ask me. And we all know when we were in election season last year, Kamala went on 60 Minutes and did a big interview. It was going to be live, but she couldn't do a live interview. So they interviewed her for 60 minutes. And they edited the crap out of it to leave out a bunch of her gobbledygook word salad. So Trump sued them, and the FCC is investigating. And I've heard that the FCC has demanded the complete unedited transcripts of the interview, and that CBS is secretly negotiating with Trump to settle a huge lawsuit. If you think the media is unbiased, I got news for you. And then we all saw, and I talked about this the other day, when RFK Jr. was being grilled by the Democrats for the taking over the Department of Health and Human Services. If you want to see the ridiculousness about it, look who Biden had as his director of HHS. The transgender admiral. But RFK finally had enough, and he went off on Comrade Bernie, who was grilling him, and he brought up how much money that Bernie had made, and I thought Bernie was going to have a stroke out there on camera. But here's a little chart of who has taken the most money from Big Pharma in the last, let's say, 5 years. And at the top of it is Bernie Sanders, who has taken, from 1990 on, from Big Pharma, pharmaceutical manufacturing, healthcare companies, and hospitals and nursing homes. Big Bird's taken $23 million. Raphael Warnock, Democrat from Georgia, $14 million. Pocahontas, who was also raising Cain with Bobby Kennedy, $10.5 million. There are some Republicans on this list too. Don't be shocked at that. But the top three, the top four are all Democrats. They're the champions of the little people. Don't ever forget that. And it's again, like I've always said, that these politicians, especially if they got the big D by their name, if they didn't have double standards, they wouldn't have any at all. Now you've got Lindsey Graham and the neocon Republicans, Lindsey Graham and people like that don't want to vote for Tulsi Gabbard and probably Kash Patel because they're in the pocket of the military-industrial complex, and there's Democrats on that side too. So, and then Trump authorized airstrikes in Somalia to take out ISIS leaders, and his message is if you support ISIS or are involved with ISIS, we will find and kill you. But the last I checked, when Bashar al-Assad, who I'm no fan of, was ousted in Syria, pretty much ISIS and Al-Qaeda did that, and we were all for it. So it's a confusing time. I've heard rumors that Trump and Putin have been talking through back channels and they might be reaching a ceasefire deal, but I wouldn't bet the farm on that. And I've been hearing violations of the ceasefire deal between Hezbollah and Israel flaring up again. So we live in tumultuous times, dangerous times. War's still raging in Europe, and I'd say it's going to flare off in the Middle East. Iran's talking a bunch of trash about if anybody touches their nuclear weapons program or nuclear program, that they will plunge the whole Middle East into all-out war. So just keep prepping and keeping your eye on the news. This is just a few things that I found interesting. Well, there was something else I was wanting to talk about, but I've got graveyard brain today, so it's gone. But just keep prepping. Keep your eye on the news, like I said. But don't let it consume you. Enjoy time with your family. Find a good movie to watch every now and then. Escape. I watched, I never saw the remake of The Magnificent Seven. I watched that yesterday. Really enjoyed it instead of sitting here watching YouTube and reading news articles. So you got to enjoy your life too. Keep your eye on the news, do your preps, but enjoy yourself, especially if you have friends and family. Enjoy them. So that's it for today. I hope y'all, like I say, have had a great weekend. I hope you have a good week coming up. I've got an overtime shift I'm going to pick up next week to buy preps. So let's close the daggone border. I've heard that the wall's being built. Let's get those people out of here, especially the ones that are targeting right now, the illegals that have a criminal record, as long as you're armed. And don't be scared. Be prepared. And God bless you, and God bless America. And also, it looks like the tariffs have started. And I know a lot of Canadians that I see on YouTube. I don't know them personally, but I enjoy their channels. But all we're asking, or all the Trump administration's asking, is y'all tighten up the border and stop the flow of illegals and fentanyl coming across. So I think Trudeau wants this to curry favor, that he's a tough guy, because he knows politically he's cooked, and this is the last grasp of him trying to maintain power. And I've told you before, a Democrat will rather rule over the ashes of their country than to give up power, or a liberal. So anyway, y'all stay blessed and safe. God bless each and every one of you, and God bless the United States of America.